This is Let's Talk Big with Jane Berger and Jen Hazel. The Owens Community College Campus Read is taking place now and throughout the semester with the goal of bringing awareness of different perspectives through books. The Campus Read book is the New York Times bestseller, True Biz by Sarah Novick. True Biz is a story of sign language and lip reading, cochlear implants and civil rights, isolation and injustice, first love and loss, and above all, great persistence, daring, and joy. Now, sharing passages, topics, and events related to the book is Owens Community College Director of Library Services, Jane Berger, and Professor of English, Jen Hazel.
Welcome to Let's Talk Big. I'm Jen Hazel, and I have with me today Lucas. Lucas, I have a passage for us, okay? Well, I'm going to skip around a little bit, and where the passage is in the book is, this is near the end, and it is the Charlie's mom, okay? And something has happened, but I don't want to give it away in case someone's not this far yet. But I am on page 323, okay? And this is Charlie's mom talking. Look, I'm not a monster. When she was born, I studied her tiny hands, her fingers curled in so tight, and I thought, perfect. She's so perfect. How could someone like me have made something so lovely? When she still wasn't talking at 2, I panicked. We began the circuit, early interventionists, autism screenings, finally audiology, speech pathology. The results were clear. I had failed her. Victor had failed her, especially him. And the reason she says that Victor has failed is because he was doing, which is her dad, was doing lots of extra shifts to help with the surgery and stuff for her to get some implants. It was all very expensive, the surgery, the device, the therapy that was to come. But what price tag can you put on hope? Charlie had already lost so much time. I knew we had to make it up to her. I liquidated my grandfather's inheritance. Victor picked up some extra gigs. We could make it work. We would open doors for her. It was the doctors who told me not to sign, not to let her sign. Did you know that? It would confuse her, they said. Cause further delays. Your people, medical experts, I trusted you. Thoughts?
Oh, wow. Jeez, yeah. With them not needing to sign her, like, she doesn't have a way to communicate at all. Other than just like with like expressions, bodily expressions, and like pointing and stuff like that, but she can't like verbally communicate in any way. And that's just insane. That's bizarre. And it's just like, I feel like they should either like teach her sign language so she can learn her community better. And so she can communicate, with other people. And yeah, it's just, that's crazy.
Well, it's interesting to think too, this is really bizarre to me that, and when my kids were, my oldest is 9, youngest is 6, and even a little bit before that, like my nephews and stuff, they really encouraged like using baby signs, which is that basic level of ASL, where it's like just using a word that helps communicate before kids have language, because they can mock signs, so this stands for more or whatever. And I remember my kids doing this like at like 9 months or even a year before they would have had the word for more. And then you say the word and you put the sign together. And it's interesting, it's super interesting to me that they would say it would cause further delays, because most of what they're now saying is that actually helps increase language, because so much of our language isn't verbal, as you were like saying. Like here I am talking and I'm using my hands. Also, and when I teach in a classroom, it's the same sort of thing. And I know actually always when I talk, I use my hands. So it's really helping. And while there may not be signs, it is a way to kind of, express yourself. So it's super interesting that would be kind of that like conversation and being like, well, it would confuse her. And so of course her mom now feels, I'm sure, like a ton of guilt now that she understands. And the other thing is, what's wrong with giving her multiple ways to communicate?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they did give her the implants, although that is not what Charlie wanted when she was older, like if she did have the implants and having the sign language, like what's wrong with that? Because like we learn, like part of the curriculum is that we learn more than one language. Now, we're not always good and stay with that. But, right? But so it's super interesting, like, to kind of like have that sense of, I don't know, it just really like to be really cut off like that. What do you make of the where her mom is kind of like medical experts, I trusted you? What do you make of that part?
I feel like you can trust medical experts to an extent. You know, if whatever they're claiming, if you have a strong opinion against it, I feel like you should voice your strong opinion and not just be like, okay, you know. I mean, it's your child, it's your family. Someone shouldn't have a voice over that if you truly believe. Just maybe like put 2 to 2 together, you know, maybe like grab some positive things from them and positive things that you think and put them together and come up with like a doable solution.
Yeah, and like what's the harm in the second opinion too?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure,
yeah.
definitely. Second opinion, going to other people, trying to like explore, yeah, for sure.
So like one of the things we've talked about in book club a little bit too is interesting is that it's because Charlie would have been a candidate for a cochlear implant, why it still wasn't given like, here's all the ways she could communicate.
Yeah.
Here's all the things that could happen. Because, and I don't know if you know this, and I only know some from research from teaching the book and some of my classes, but like the cochlear implant it's not like it's not you put it in and all of a sudden you know how to hear. Like it takes a year of training, and it's not always perfect. It doesn't help with some people. So in the same way, like it can be jarring, it can be loud because you hear a lot of things all at once.
Yeah.
And if you've never heard, you also don't know that feeling.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. It would be like, I'm trying to think, never knowing something, because I am lucky enough to have all my senses. I suppose it's like, if you didn't see and then all of a sudden you could see,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even know what you were looking at.
I heard of something like if you take your eyes away and you can't see at all, people are like, do you just see black? And I heard doctors like, no, you don't see anything. Not black, not anything. You don't see anything at all. And I was just like, wow. Yeah, like, because you think like, oh, if I just cover my eyes, that's why I just see blackness,
Right.
you know? But like, doctors just like, no, you see absolutely nothing at all. And which is just so bizarre to comprehend.
I know because I can't. I'm
Yeah,
sitting here
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly,
I don't know what
yeah.
that means. Like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is super, super interesting. Well, I would love to chat longer with you, Jacob. But we're going to have to wrap it up for today. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it
No
so
problem.
much.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. So listen to Let's Talk Big on Outcast OCCR, Owens Community College Radio, Thursdays at 7 and 10 in the morning and 7 and 10 in the evening. You can also listen to the podcast anytime. Find the Let's Talk Big link on the Owens Outcome website. That's Outcome with 2 M's, owensoutcome.com. On behalf of Jacob and myself, keep talking big.
Catch Let's Talk Big on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio every Thursday at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m., and at various times throughout the week. Or listen anytime on the Outcome RSS feed. Visit owensoutcome.com for the link. That's Outcome with 2 M's, owensoutcome.com for Let's Talk Big.